Manus flat on the canvas. We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of action. There is a cut on Manus.
Jesus.
Martial arts chat.
My man B-Hop, who got dropped out the ring last night. I need a little judo baby. I need me a little judo baby, and let's do it, Ron. Let's hit me up.
I see you were filming this. You got a face for radio.
That's got a face for radio.
That's nice.
Martial arts chat.
Hello and welcome to the Martial Arts Chat podcast, and on this episode we'll be covering exclusively Ontop Promotions Combat Cracker. That takes place Saturday at the Onyx Centre in Linwood, and we'll be speaking with all the big amateur and professional fighters from that card, including Nathan Hughes, Stevie, McIntosh and much more. But first up on the show, somewhere between Albuquerque and Glasgow, we get the chance to speak with Kieran, Reid. We're joined on the podcast at this time by one of the fighters on the card, Kieran, Reid. Kieran, how you doing, mate?
How you doing, John?
It's I was just about to say Glasgow's on, Kieran, Reid, but I was just saying, obviously, you're on your travels so much, we see you back and forth in Albuquerque. So, just before we get into Ontop, mate, let us know and our listeners know what it's like getting gym time at Jackson Winklejohn and how you enjoy things stateside, mate.
It's been good. That's my third time I've been out there now. So over the last year, I've spent 6 months pretty much of the year out there. So I'm almost half my time there now.
Uh-huh.
It's really good. Especially the last few times we were there. But any gym, the first time you're there, the guys are a little bit of you. And
who's the new guy? Yeah.
No one wants to train with the new guy, especially you need to remember the guys that are there. So when I'm an amateur, they don't show much interest at first, and rightfully so. You need to kind of earn it, the same as anywhere. So now that we've been there a few times, when I am there, I've got a group of good guys that trust me to train with them, high level guys that sometimes the first time you go over, you're basically there training with the other amateurs,
Uh-huh.
Whereas when you keep going back and you keep getting your face seen and you make relationships with people, then people start to trust you and you get sort of into the inner circle a wee bit more, which is good. It makes the trip worth it, because there's no point in flying across there to train with other amateurs. You can do that anywhere.
Sure, yeah. And how did it all come about? What made you want to, head over the other side of the road and train?
So our coach at the Griphouse, Dean Riley, I think through Twitter just started talking to Brandon Gibson, who's one of the striking coaches over there.
Right.
And then one thing sort of led to another, and Reese, who's also from the Griphouse, and my girlfriend Fee, they were headed over for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I booked it last minute actually, and I was like, fuck it, I'll come, it'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Done 2 weeks, realised it wasn't anywhere, it was a month I'd done it first. Realised it wasn't anywhere near enough, especially with the altitude and all that other nonsense. Then we went, it's just addictive, once you've done it, you want to go back. So we've done we've done the 3 months, and then we've done the 6 weeks. So that's the 3 trips we've done, and every time it feels like it's not long enough, Oh,
of course, mate. And you'll be feeling, no doubt, imagine that you feel every time you improve massively, especially as you said, training at that altitude. What's that like? What's literally taking your breath away, right?
Yeah, well, I think so. As far as I'm aware, everyone sort of reacts to it differently.
Uh-huh.
I've always had a relatively good gas tank. I don't know if it's from jiu-jitsu where it's 8-minute matches as opposed to the freeze or whatever for MMA.
Yeah.
So when I go, I seem to just sweat a lot. It's insane. I do the warm-up and I feel like I've done a 3-hour class as far as I'm soaking.
Yeah.
But other guys say that when they go, they get cramped really easily, or I think everyone gets kind of affected with it slightly differently. This time that we were there, we were staying up in Edgewood, which is sort of high up in the mountains. It's 30 miles from Albuquerque, so that's another 3,000 feet higher.
Jeez.
That's where the ranch is, and we were training up there. So doing the strength conditioning up there and stuff, you really, really, really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane how quickly you get tired up there.
Oh, no doubt, mate. Well, Let's get to Ontop. You're 3-0 as an amateur. You're looking to make it 4 with this fight against Keir Harvie. And the Headhunters fighter, he's got a fair bit of experience at amateur. I don't know, Kieran, have you had a chance to check him out, that kind of thing? And
well, I've seen him fight live. I think he fought in the same Headhunter show as me last time.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a bunch of his fights. from his previous fights. I can't find all of them online. I'm not sure if he didn't record the original Headhunters fights or whatever. But I've watched them, but like amateur especially, I'm not too big on massively like try to break people down and all that. You know, it's a fight. It's especially at amateur. I mean, even if you look at like high level pros, half the time it just turns into a fight. You know, it's not. Yeah. I don't know how much you get from breaking someone down that's still so green in their career, and I'm not saying that as anything against Keir, but anyone, you know, like I just don't know how much a point there is at breaking down amateurs.
No, you're probably quite right, especially at the level it's at. It would seem to be more just know your enemy as opposed to like an in-depth breakdown with a virtual pen or whatever. Like
I know his style. I know his go-to things as I'm sure he will mine. But as I say, you know what it's like. You can get too into breaking people down when there's not much to break down.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, mate. And you're a guy locally who's known obviously for your jiu-jitsu and your grappling. I was just curious, mate, you know, since you started your amateur career in MMA, has that affected your sort of jiu-jitsu lifestyle at all, or how do you blend it all in?
Well, so I actually broke my finger training in the gi really badly. When I can't remember, it was in a competition. It was against Speedos from up Aberdeen. So I broke my finger and it was like backwards and I couldn't train gi. So I started training no gi, and that was how I fell into MMA. Right. And then, I mean, like that finger still hurts sometimes when I take certain grips and stuff. So I just kind of never went back to it, like at all. I've trained gi. I could count on one hand how many times I've trained gi this year. Whereas if you go back 2-3 years, I was training gi 3 times a day.
Yes.
I'll definitely go back to it. I just think that at the moment I've got other things that I need to work on a lot more. I think it's fun as its own sport, and I think it gives you certain things like a sort of grappling strength and all that. But I think I've benefited from the things it gives you, you know, already. You know what I'm saying? Like I've got strong grips. I'm good with my grips, and I think I'm good with the stuff that the gi gives you. So now I'm just trying to concentrate on the areas that are more applicable for MMA.
Quite right, mate. And that's not to sound like the aging hippie, but that's the martial arts philosophy, innit? Of you know, take what you need that works for you, and then put everything else that doesn't sort of to the side. So yeah, that's quite an interesting way you get into it. You know, it's an injury that's really led you to no-gi, that's led you to MMA. So that's good, mate. I hope you return to it though, man. Jiu-jitsu misses you for sure. Let's move on then. So as we mentioned, we saw you the start of your amateur career at Budo. That was last year. And we're closing things out this year with Ontop. So after this fight, obviously I don't want to jinx it or get you looking too far ahead, mate, but plans going into 2018, where do you see yourself in the future as a move to professional on your mind? Give me your thoughts, mate.
So I think the thing with me is that for all I'm 3-0, I've only really had one fight, and that's not to be rude to the first 2 guys I fought, but they were over in under a minute, you know. Amateur's all about cage time. It's not so much about your record. The fight with Damon was 3 hard rounds, and I appreciate that because that's what you need at amateur. So for all I've had, say, even if I have this fight and I say it goes the distance, I've only really had 2 fights, you know, so I don't want to rush going pro too soon, but I also don't want to drag it out. I hate to see guys with fucking 16-0 records at amateur. Really, you know. I'm doing this because I want to fight pro. It's too dangerous a sport to do with no hopes of going pro. I don't understand people who do that. Hopefully, maybe like the end of next year, the start of the year after, go pro. But it's obviously, it just depends how everything pans out, you know. Sure, fair play, mate. But as I say, I'm not too into having a massive record at amateur. I think it's a bit ridiculous.
That's good, mate. Yeah, get the I don't want to say get the miles in, but I totally hear what you're saying. Yeah, get as much experience at this time while you still can. Yeah. Until it gets to the ground and people start throwing elbows. That's when it all changes. Kieran, a pleasure to get your time on the podcast, sir. If people want to reach you, get in touch, or anyone you want to give a shout out or mention to, coaches, that kind of thing, let our listeners know where they can hit them up or your affiliates online.
Just a shout out to all the guys at the Griphouse, obviously. Dean Riley's the head coach there. He's running a intro MMA course for Christmas, so if you're interested in starting, you can get involved there. And a shout out to the guys that are all out in Albuquerque that look after us when we're out there.
Excellent stuff, mate. Kieran, all the best and good luck on top.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Thanks to Kieran for his time, and what a cool story for you get into MMA from a jiu-jitsu injury. I can't wait to see him in action. And next up, we'll head to higher level and returning to Martial Arts Chat Podcast, it's Stevie McIntosh. We have returning to the show, higher level zone, Stevie McIntosh. Stevie, how you doing, mate?
How's it going, man? You alright?
Good to have you back on. And last time we spoke, that was prior to Headhunters, and you had a great way to kick off the year. It was a first round finish of Sanchez then. And back in September, we saw you take on the tough Polish prospect Daniel Rakowski. I was there live, mate, and I couldn't really make out what happened. I saw obviously Daniel pressing against the cage, but it was a low blow. Is that right?
Yeah, a bit of a weird one, to be honest. Like, I've had low blows and stuff and sparring. I play football and that as well, and never really. I mean, I've hit in the kind of that area before, and it's never been that bad. But it must have been. I don't know if it's been the way my cup's been sitting or whatever, but it's managed to go like right under the cup, and it's kind of like cracked like my right ball a bit. So like I mean, I thought I would probably recover. You know, I was lying kind of flat, obviously, after it, and then from lying flat to like trying to come up, I ended up like being flat to lying up. I ended up starting being sick. So. God. I was hoping, like, obviously, it would just be the ones, but every time I tried to kind of sit up and bend, I was just being sick. Kind of felt like it was in my stomach, and I was felt up for a few days, but I mean, I'm all good now, so I'm looking forward to the next one. Well,
after that, I know Ontop quickly mentioned that there was a chance you two guys could meet again in the future. And just before we get to Smith, I was wondering, you know, is fighting Daniel and doing that over again, is that something you're interested in doing, mate?
I mean, I'm open to anything. I think that was the original plan, but I think it was just the fact that I think he's maybe just fought. Don't know if he just fought last week or something. So I think that was kind of the reason why it never happened. Like, for me to go through an 8-week camp I think he probably won his fight, but I mean, the chances of coming out of a fight unscathed is pretty slim. But it's a bit of a risk. So I mean. Obviously got Niall now, so I'm not really concentrating on anything else but that fight. It might happen in the future, who knows, I don't know.
Well, let's get to Niall then. It's a guy I'm sure you're familiar with, not to mention he fought your brother years ago. I
was there, so on that show as well.
You know, him and Daniel, I think, flew down in Bamley earlier.
Yeah, I think they did.
What do you make of him? What do you make of the Heat MMA fighter? What's
he's pretty well rounded, to be honest. You know, I think he's got like knockout wins, submission wins, and obviously stopped my brother in that as well. So, like, he's definitely you can't underestimate the guy. He's quite an awkward southpaw. He kind of stands off, but like it seems like he can crack a bit, and all his fights have been tough fights, so it's kind of hard to. I mean, you look at guys' records and sometimes and you're like, oh, they've not got the best of records or whatever, but guys fought top guys, you know.
Sure,
so, it'll be a tough fight for me. Definitely not taking him lightly at all. I've trained hard for this guy. I'm quite fortunate at a higher level. We've got a lot of southpaws, so I've got like Stevie Ray, Kieran Malone's a southpaw, Ian Feenan's a southpaw. I've got big Stuart Graham, who's also on the show now. He's fighting Cage Muay Thai, and he's one of the best southpaws out you could spar. The guy's an absolute beast. So I've had plenty of good rounds for this one.
And talk to me how things have been at higher level, mate. Obviously, we've got quite at the start of the year. How do you feel your progression as a martial artist, mate?
Yeah, so I think I've been there probably about 3 years now, and obviously it's not lost the fights since I've been through there, so it's been the best move for me. I think I just came on leaps and bounds, but a lot of it's James's coaching and a lot is the rounds that I'm having to do. You know, when I first went through it was really hard for me. You know, I barely could wrestle and stuff, but my game's totally evolved, so it's been really good. Some top fighters there, so it's all good, man.
So after Smith, I don't want to look too far ahead, mate, but if you get that W, what's your plans going into 2018, Stevie? What can you expect next year?
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I'm definitely not looking past now because it's a tough fight. I'm hoping to get this belt and then just take it from there. It's difficult with like work with me because like I need to really just take the fights, the dates that suit me. It's not so much like I can just say, right, I'll fight here, I'll fight then. It just depends what kind of like I've got on at work and stuff, so I can kind of have my fights around that. So I'm hoping to get maybe on a couple of bigger shows in that if next year all going well. Obviously, hopefully I'll win my next one and then take it from there, kick on next year.
That's awesome, mate. Well, it's always a pleasure to get you on the Martial Arts Chat podcast. I can't wait to see you back in the cage, mate. And just a final shout, if anyone wants to get in touch, hit you up online or let our listeners know about higher level, where can they do that, mate? Let everyone know where to find you.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, obviously. I'm on Instagram as smop90. They've got the higher level page if anybody wants to check that out. Can also get a shout to my sponsors. I've got Mick Designs, who just sponsored me. She's doing all my t-shirts for me for my fight and stuff, and all my printing stuff. Got Gio Thompson, everybody knows who Gio is. Chris Stewart's does my strength conditioning. Top Mark Tattoo in Stirling, and I've got in the Crown and in Alva. And I've got CDRC, who done my mouth guard for me, so thanks very much for them, because they guys helped me a lot.
Awesome. All the best, Stevie, for Ontop. Look forward to seeing you, mate, and a Merry Christmas when it comes, brother.
Thank you. You too, man.
Thanks to Stevie for his time, and next up we head to the Griphouse, and again returning to the show we speak with amateur fighter Nathan Hughes. Ontop's Combat Cracker. It takes place at the Onyx Centre in Linwood, and it's Saturday the 16th of December. I'm pleased to say joining us at this time, so Griphouse's own Nathan Hughes. Nathan, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, mate. Thanks very much for having me on.
It's good to have you back, mate. And the last time we spoke, we saw you on top, and you got the victory over Sean Kerr, it was in. And,
back in October, yeah, mate.
That's right, mate. You wrapped things up nicely at the end of the year. It was good.
It was a good quick night.
Yes, mate. Yes, Christmas came early. I think we were talking that night. And this, we're looking to get back in the win column because you had that tough contest against Thomas Hepburn. So just before we look ahead to what's to come, just if I can ask you, mate, cast your mind back to February and just some of your thoughts on that fight at SFC.
Yeah, mate, it was a really tough fight. That's what it was. It was going in and you're 4-0. You think you're kind of unstoppable, that world beater. I think I just can't let the hype kind of get to me. One, not really taking training as serious as what you should, and just Thomas being kind of an amazing athlete and what he is, and he showed up that night. It was really well, fought really good.
Fair play, mate. I mean, that's not a lot of people get the sort of balls to say that.
Aye.
You feel like you were kind of, I don't want to put words in your mouth, you feel you were kind of overlooking him and overconfident?
That was what it was, mate. It was, I think, a big mistake that we made as well. We had 2 fights lined up, you know what I mean? We had the fight against Thomas at SFC, and then we had the fight at Headhunters against Nathan Jessmer. Once you start kind of looking one fight ahead, 2 fights ahead, you're kind of overlooking somebody. But that is no kind of bullshit excuses and stuff. That was just what it was.
Fair play, mate, and it's good. It's a good philosophy to get into. Take it one fight at a time. And you're such a young guy, man. You've got a whole career ahead of you, so it's good that you're learning these lessons, I guess, early on.
With it, got one fight at a time. Get all your focuses on that.
Of course. And so you've been looking to get back to winning ways, as we mentioned, but as I understand, we were talking a wee bit before the show there, a few cancel bouts, chopping and changing. Must just be so frustrating for you, mate. Talk to me about what that experience was like.
It was just brutal. We had a really, really good camp. I think it was 2 weeks before the show. Had a good 9 week strong long camp heading up to Headhunters. Matched against a boy Jordan Strange, another kind of really good striker and stuff. So it was a fight I was really looking forward to. And then 3 weeks out, he got injured. And then we had to put another 4 opponents that stepped in and pulled out, one of them being the day of the weigh-in, which is brutal.
That's horrible. I can't imagine what that must have felt like. You were saying you were almost in the salt bath at the point when you got the news, right?
I'd woke up to get in the salt bath and stuff, and had seen I'd got a message from my coach team. Boy had just dinged his phone for it the night before.
God.
I know.
That's brutal. Well, let's look ahead then. We got Combat Cracker, and all things, fingers crossed for it that it goes well.
I know, touch of the wood.
We don't want to jinx it, mate, that's for sure. And the guy he's 4-0, and have you had a chance to check him out, Nathan? Or are you just concentrating yourself? What's the plan?
It's a weird one, man. I always kind of try and think, don't concentrate on your opponent, just go in, fight your own fight and stuff, but I don't think anything can really stop you being that nosy person, knowing that all the fights are on YouTube for you to go and kind of scope it and stuff. So I had a look. I don't like watching too much where you're kind of getting focused too much on them, but I've had a real look at his fights. I know he's predominantly a grappler, but he's happy to stand in trade as well, so it's ideal. It's ideal for me.
And is it a style that sort of makes? Obviously, I don't want you give your game plan away or anything like that, but is it a style you see yourself comfortable with?
Perfect style for me to come out and put on a clinic and get back to in that win column.
That's awesome, mate.
Definitely.
Definitely look forward to it. And of course, training under the tutelage of Dean Riley, we spoke before, and about the guys at the Griphouse. Talk to me, Nathan, how you're improving as a martial artist, and possibly when we might see you make that jump to professional, mate.
To be honest, like we've kind of like through Dean and stuff. Like he's building something for nothing, you know. He's starting like bringing all these guys up through like the amateur rankings and stuff, and getting us all. We've already spoken. Nobody's in a huge rush to go pro. You know what I mean? Like, I would like at least kind of double figures in the win column. Like, you know, I'm only 18 just now, so if I was pro by the time I was say 21, I'd be happy with that, and I'd still see that as if kind of young for that young for kind of that level. You know what I mean? You only get one shot, so I wouldn't see the point in kind of. I know there's a lot of cowboys in the circuit who are talking about going pro and stuff, and fair dues to them if they feel they're at that level, but it would not be me.
Fair play, mate. That's good. It's good to hear you got a head on your shoulders, mate. It's always nice to hear. Nathan, a pleasure to get your time again, mate. If people want to reach you, want to maybe hit you up online or check out the Griphouse, let our listeners know where they're best to do that, mate, and any shout-outs.
Yeah, no problem. You could get me on Facebook, Nathan Hughes, or my Instagram at kidphilly_145. I would just like to give a shout out to my sponsors as well at Active Scotland, Full Circle PT, Stark Structures, and Decro. Guys do everything they can to help me and make training for fights a lot easier. So, big shout out to them. Good
for you, mate. Nathan Hughes, again, massive thank you for your time,
Thanks
sir.
So much.
Good luck on Ontop. Good to hear from Nathan, and excited that he's returning to the cage this weekend. Well, finally, we head over to Headhunters, and we spoke with his opponent earlier. Now let's hear the thoughts of Keir Harvie as he prepares for Ontop's Combat Cracker. Welcome to Martial Arts Chat Podcast. We're continuing with our coverage and build of Ontop's Combat Cracker. It takes place Saturday in Linwood, and I'm pleased to say joining us at this time is Headhunters own Keir Harvie. Keir, how you doing, sir?
Fine. Great, how are you?
I'm magic, mate. It's a pleasure to get you on the show. And earlier on this show, we've spoken already with your opponent, Kieran Reid. So I guess I'll just ask you what I asked him, mate. Have you had a chance to check Kieran out and, you know, check out his threats, that kind of thing, mate? Or are you just concentrating yourself going into this one?
I'm not someone that overly goes in and studies opponents and whatnot, but I think just because Kieran's a bit of a clash of styles with me, we did a wee bit, but not too much. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of smart to be prepared for anything, like.
Sure. I guess know your enemy is always a fair game, but yeah. At this level in amateur, do you think, you know, some people see it as a hindrance of maybe, you know, going too in depth just because of the level it's at?
Aye, definitely. It was more just because I'm kind of used to fighting, you know, orthodox fighters more kind of my size or tall. Like I'm usually quite tall for this weight class, and then I've got Kieran who's super tall. He's a southpaw. He's nice. He's super lanky. So, like you need to take steps to prepare for that, like, or it'll catch you out.
Sure. And obviously, Kieran's a guy who's known, I guess, for his grappling, particularly his jiu-jitsu game. Is that something that plays on your mind going into this one, mate?
Not really, because you know, like I know he's a good purple belt from what I've heard, but like I'm a pretty solid blue belt, so it's not like he's not just going to be. It's not like when it hits the mat, he's going to just be superior to me. Like,
yes,
it'll be a fight. Like, I think I'll just fine with him on the mat. Like, I've never been out grappled in a fight since I was 16 now. So I'll go on the mat with no bother. Like,
yeah, fair play, mate. And you've got a fair old bit of experience at amateur. This is what, 3 years now in your journey at Headhunters. Talk to me a wee bit, Keir, about your MMA career and if you ever see yourself turning pro in the future, mate.
Man, I've been fighting tough fights like grown men since I was 16. Like I just 16 jumped in and just went for it, like, and just been pretty active ever since. And for pro definitely next year for sure. for sure I'll be turning pro next year. Like,
that's your target,
no
2018,
doubt.
right? I see.
Yeah, definitely.
And 16, man. I mean, I can't even imagine what that's like. At 16, I didn't know my arse and my elbow, and here you are jumping into an MMA career. What made you decide, to do the crazy thing of fighting in a cage?
I don't know really. You just kind of like, I think for a lot of people, once you're training and you start to spar a wee bit, you just kind of you want to compete, and that was the same for me. Like, I wanted to get in there, like, and then as soon as I did, I was like, that's me in. Got my foot in the door, and I've been fighting ever since. Yeah,
were you always like, were you an active child at school? Get into your PE and your sports and your physical activities, that kind of thing.
I was always a bit of a, I wouldn't say a nightmare, but I was quite never short of trouble. I was as a kid, like, so I think it was just great for me, like, getting into the martial arts, because I always kind of felt like I was missing something, and I tried different sports and that, and I never quite clicked. But with this, I clicked straight away, and I loved it right off the bat.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. It's almost like it's your calling. And of course, you're getting your trainers at Headhunters, and tell our listeners and myself, Kieran, what it's like training under those guys. You got Alex Snedden, Connor Robertson there. How do you feel you're improving as a martial artist under Headhunters?
Alex Snedden is the best striking coach in Europe, so that's why we're all absolute animals on the feet. And I've got Roddy Campbell now, who's our grappling coach. So like he's an absolute animal on the mat himself. So you used to coach at Cross Combat, obviously. So between Alex on the feet, Roddy on the ground, and then the two of them mix it, because they can obviously do both.
Yes.
Both being MMA fighters, mixing it up, especially with my team, man. Our training and our team is absolutely solid at the moment.
And how do you feel that's affecting your game, particularly recently? You've got, like you said, some big names improving you. Do you feel you're always improving?
Oh, absolutely. Especially the fact that most of us are teenagers as well, man.
Yeah.
You're talking leaps and bounds month to month. After every fight you get better. You look back, and after every fight I watch the video back, and like a couple of months later, like I would destroy that version of myself now, like, and it's been the same since I was 16. So
that's nice to hear, man.
Better and better.
Evolution of your game for sure. Keir, a pleasure to get your time on the show. If anyone wants to reach you or get in touch online or follow Headhunters, how are they best to do that, mate? Let people know where they can hit you and your affiliates up online.
Obviously, you can follow the gym. That's obviously just Headhunters Martial Arts on Facebook, and me on Instagram, just Keir Harvie.
Excellent stuff. Keir, all the best for Ontop. I'll be there live, my friend, so hopefully catch up with you post-fight, but looking forward to you and Kieran Throwdown, my friend.
Cool, man. Cheers.
Well, there you have it, guys. Ontop's Combat Cracker. It's this Saturday at the Onyx Centre in Linwood. Go to Ontop Promotions. You can hit them up on Facebook. Contact James Lake for tickets. A shout out to our sponsors, A1 Fight Gear. A1 Fight Gear uses the latest cutting-edge boxing gloves for professional and amateur fighters, gym enthusiasts and kickboxers. So local and national gyms in the UK, do yourselves a favour and check out a1fightgear.co.uk. And if you're wanting to get in shape or get back in shape or just make room for that Christmas pudding that's round the corner, then go to beastgear.co.uk and use the coupon code MartialArtsChat and you can save 15% off your purchases there. You've got core sliders, straps, barbell pads, complete strength and conditioning programs, all to suit your needs. And if you've liked this podcast, be sure to subscribe on iTunes. We're live every Sunday 8:30pm talking MMA, and go to facebook.com/martialartschat. You can give us a like there, or if you want to follow us on Twitter, we're on @martialartschat.